Hey y'all, and welcome back to Joey's Booked. In today's video, we are gonna be... Actually, I don't know what all we're gonna be doing, because this video is not about me. For those of you that may not have seen one or two of my past videos, often I am hanging out with my friend Tabitha. And Tabitha actually helps out a lot behind the scenes on some of these videos. We both have quite a bit going on in our lives at different points of the year, and she actually helps me with a lot of the editing and stuff because she has more of a background in that than I do. And coming up is Tabitha's birthday. For her birthday, even though she normally prefers to be behind the scenes, she took a little bit of a vlog on one of her recent trips when she got to go book shopping, and she's going to share it with us. So I'm going to hand this on over to her.
Hi you guys, it's Joey's friend Tabby. I am in Southern Pines, North Carolina this week for the US Open, and while we're here, I'm going to check out a bookstore. It is called the Country Bookshop. It is here in Southern Pines, down in, I think, the historic downtown district. I haven't left my hotel yet, so we will see. There was another one that I wanted to check out called the Tufts Bookshop, but it is right on the golf course at Pinehurst, and I'm afraid that I won't be able to get to it. So I'm going to wait for my husband to get back from work for the US Open today and ask him how the traffic is and see if I can get there tomorrow. I walked around for about an hour and a half in this little downtown area. It is centered on an Amtrak station, and then each side's a one-way with all these cute little shops. I had to go in almost everything. I bought a few things. I bought one book, and then I bought something. So everywhere I go, because we travel often for my husband's job, I buy a sticker with the town name and put it on whichever suitcase I am bringing on that trip. So I brought my smaller suitcase this time, and it needs to be filled up. And I thought the pine cone was super cute for Southern Pines and Pinehurst. And then for my book, I don't have the same reading genres, like favorite genres, as Joey does. But I bought She's Not Sorry by Mary Kubica. And I'll read the little insert. Megan Michaels is trying to find balance between being a single mom to a teenage daughter and working as a full-time nurse. While Megan is on duty at the hospital one day, a patient named Caitlin arrives in a coma with a traumatic brain injury after jumping from a bridge and plunging over 20 feet to the train tracks below. But when a witness comes forward with shocking details about the fall, it calls everything they know into question. Was Caitlin pushed? And if so, by whom? And why? Megan has always tried to stay emotionally detached from her patients, but this time she mistakenly lets herself get too close until she's deeply entangled in Caitlin's life. Only when it's too late does she realize that she and her daughters could be the next victims. So this is what it looks like. I'm here for a week, so I might start it this week. Who knows? The reason I bought it is because they had a staff's picks section and they were 20% off, and I am really bad at not buying new books because they cost so much. So this was only $22, I think, for the new book after the discount. It's really great. I hope I like it, and hopefully I will be able to take you to the other bookstore tomorrow. Okay, so it is later the same day. It is 3 o'clock right now. So I went around Southern Pines, got lunch, came back, read about 3 chapters in my current book, which is Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle. My husband said that there's a chance I could make it to Pinehurst, so I'm going to go the long way around, see if I can make it to the Tufts Bookshop. I want to talk about the Tufts Bookshop, though, because I think if you are around here, you should go see it. It is a used bookstore, obviously. 100% of the proceeds from the bookstore go to the Tufts Library and the Tufts Museum. It is pretty cool. It's to keep them running. It's ran by 100% volunteers, so if you're there, nobody there is a worker. They're a volunteer. Nobody's getting paid, and I think it's really cool that they can have that running for the past, I think, 9 years. I made it to Pinehurst. The Given Bookshop is somewhere. I had to park pretty far away because everybody is here, you know. But I have 3 hours to get in and out from my car, which is going to be like 6 p.m. I have plenty of time, but I will check in later. Hey, I'm back. It is a few days later. I spent a couple hours in the store. I really enjoyed it, and I got this bag. My hopes are that I can use this as my carry-on or my personal item if my suitcase is overweight with all these books. So the really cool thing about the Given Bookstore, I've already said it, but 100% of the profits go to the Given Library and the Tufts archives. I think that is very cool. It supports it. It's like a year-long, forever-long Friends of the Library book sale. Now let's go over all the books. I went a little crazy, but also had to remember that this has to fit in my suitcase somehow, and my suitcase is already full. The maximum price for a book was $8 unless it was marked already. So the way it went was new books were $8. Hardback books that were gently used, $5. Paperback books, $3 unless otherwise marked. And then it also had puzzles and things like that. And that also included tax. So I spent $21 on books. On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. So let's get to it. I have a very broad range of things that I like. Genres. I'm mainly a true crime person, but I also like suspense, thriller. I love reading biographies, autobiographies, and just general fiction. I also will read horror every once in a while, but it's not my favorite. So let's start. I have Friday Night Lights, which is about, it follows just like the TV series did, a team in Texas, a football team in Odessa, Texas, and their lives and things like that. I love sports. I didn't watch Friday Night Lights, but I wanted to. I just think I was a little too young when it came out. So I'm excited to read this, and if I like this, I'll probably watch the series. My next book I found in the vault in the store. They have a real vault and they have true crime and biographies and autobiographies in it, as well as like history and things like that. And it is Invisible Eden by Maria Fluke, and it follows the first year of the investigation of Krista Worthington and the murder of her in Cape Cod. I am so excited to read this. This is right up my alley. So I'm sure this is going to be one of the next 3 or 4 books I read. The next book I got was $8. It's a new book. It is Blessing of the Lost Girls, and it is the investigation of a serial killer in the rodeo ring. I am so excited to read this. This is right up my alley. It is by J.A. Jantz. And then I have just a plain funny fiction book. It is called Then We Came to the End by Joshua Ferris. The only things wrong with the books that I've saw so far is this one was $5 because this sticker is a little bent, and because somehow the inside flap got cut, it looks like. That doesn't matter to me because, I mean, I'm just trying to read the book, and it's $5 because of that. But this is just a book about daily life at work and what we get ourselves into because we're kind of bored. I mean, I am. This book is called Swan by Frances Mays, and it is like a Southern Gothic Southern Gothic mystery, and it's about this woman that has to come back from her archaeological dig or find or whatever she was on. Okay, so Swan is about an archaeologist having to come home to her small town in Georgia. The town is like called Swan because her mother's body, she was buried 19 years ago and now her body's not there. So it's a big investigation and you know, maybe you don't know all the secrets of your tiny town type of deal. And then my favorite find is Still Alice by Lisa Genova. And it is about Alice Howland and how she's very successful in life and then suddenly starts forgetting things, starts having cognitive troubles, and her descent into early stage or early set Alzheimer's. This is a book that I have a feeling is going to be very emotional for me. I lost my grandfather at the age of 10 to Alzheimer's, and I never really got to know him. He was diagnosed when I was 4, I believe, but he had early set Alzheimer's before that. And he was my favorite person, so I picked this up because I think this is going to be a very emotional and eye-opening read for me. So I have 7 books that I bought, 7 books to fit into my suitcase. I don't think it's going to happen, but we will see. Thanks for coming to North Carolina with me.
If you want to see more content, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. You can even hit the bell so that you never miss a video, and be sure to leave some kind of comment below with an emoji such as like a car or some kind of vehicle.
Bye!